Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. It's post-release of Magic Origins, and I'm going to open up 3 more packs just to see what we get and hopefully be informative as we go along. I've gone through most of the commons and uncommons from the pre-release, and I don't know if I can add anything interesting to any of them, but if I can, I'll try and stop and do that. Let's see. So far, not too much. Nivix Barrier, 4 mana, 0/4 flash defender. When it enters the battlefield, target attacking creature gets -4/-0 until end of turn. I just had to stop and talk about that card. It's an interesting card. Yeah. I've seen it stop some pretty big creatures, so that's pretty cool. It stops lifelink creatures pretty well. Totem Guide Heartbeast, War Oracle, Valoran Wardens, and a Pyromancer's Goggles. Nice! Legendary Mythic Rare. Let's see, it's 5 mana, taps for red mana, which is decent, I guess, but the point of it is, for that 1 red mana, when it's spent to cast a red instant or sorcery, copy that spell and choose new targets for the copy. That's pretty cool. Now, whenever you copy a spell or ability with this effect, if it's something like a command or a it's not a command, if there's any type of charm effect, you copy the choice. You can't choose a different choice when you copy a command or a charm. Instead, but you can choose new targets because it says you can choose new targets. So yeah, if you do like an Is It charm and you choose to deal 2 damage to target creature, that's one thing, because you can choose another target creature to deal 2 damage to. But if you choose Is It charm and you draw 2 cards and discard 2 cards, you'd have to copy it and then draw 2 cards and discard 2 cards again. That's just how that works. Just thought I'd go ahead and point that out. All right, next pack. If I'm wrong, I will apologize, but I'm pretty sure that's how that works. So please feel free to look it up. If I'm wrong, and post in the comment section. Link if possible. Well, don't link, but yeah. Send me a message of some kind. I'll look it up and I'll apologize. Let's see. Demolish, Pyromancer, Weight of the Underworld, Infectious Bloodlust, Aspiring Aeronaut, Elvish Visionary, Knight of the Pilgrim's Road, Nantucket Husk, Deep-Seed Terror, Gleef Gilder, Ravaging Blaze, Turn to Frog, Sentinel of the Eternal Watch, and Mage Ring Responder. I like this card a lot. I like golems in general. 7 mana for 7/7. Doesn't untap during your untap step. 7 mana, untap Mage Ring Responder. Whenever it attacks, it deals 7 damage to target creature defending player controls. I really like this card. It's like a Colossus effect. You can pay 7 at any time to untap it. So if you have an effect that your creature taps to do something, and you have the mana left over to untap it, or let's say Quicksilver Dagger. Quicksilver Dagger is the creature gets tapped, deal 1 damage to target player, and then you draw a card. So if you absolutely needed to, you could put it on the Mage Ring Responder, tap it to deal 1 damage, and then pay 7 and tap it to deal 1 damage again. Draw 2 cards, deal 2 damage. But what makes me interested, I keep pointing this out with creatures that have effects that have colorless mana in their activation. I feel like we're going to have a Training Grounds-like card show up in Battle for Zendikar, because there's just too much that can go very well without being overpowered. Mage Ring Responder, if you put out a Training Grounds effect where it's just 2 mana less, 5 mana to untap, it's actually pretty good. You get a 7/7 creature that attacks, destroys something with 7 damage, and then if it's blocked, it's most likely going to kill another thing that's blocking it. And then you just untap it for 5. You can untap it on your turn, you can untap it on your opponent's turn. If you've got the mana, do it. And that's why I think this is going to be one of those cards that people are going to look at and say, I don't like it, and then it's going to be really good. So that's something to think about. Last pack. It's a Grasp of the Hieromancer. I was talking about this kind of card. Yeah. It's a good card. Dragon Fodder, Celestial Flare, Nivix Barrier, Might of the Masses. With so many creature token productions, this is actually a pretty good card, and I've mentioned before, I really think we're heading back to New Phyrexia and possibly Infect, because this card will tokens will rotate out. There might be a lot of good ones in Zendikar block and Battle for Zendikar, but because of how this works, most likely Infect will not be affected by Might of the Masses. This will rotate out. So that's how they keep it balanced. There's so many cards that you look at this and think, wow, if we return to New Phyrexia and we've got all these different infect cards, what are we going to do? And it's because these cards won't be playable. Nantucket Husk, Knight of the Pilgrim Road, Murder Investigation, good card from Return to Ravnica block. Blazing Hellhound, decent. I like it anyway. I don't want to set it out of shot. There we go. Put it right there. Jayemdae Tone. And we got another Jace. That's our second Jace. Huh. I'm really not that big of a fan of Jace, honestly. He is one of 6 transforming planeswalkers. So there's that to think about. The 5 from Magic Origins, and then there's one from the one from Innistrad block, Garruk, Veil Cursed. So it's kind of neat because there was a flipping planeswalker. Nice. Huh. I've been doing pretty good with mythic rares. Kind of neat lately. Which means it's probably all downhill from here. Oh well. Jayemdae Tome. Another flip card that we can actually use with the Jace that we just got. So is that to think about? Yeah. We had a decent 3 packs. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope this inspired you. I hope you learned something from this. And I hope you're having a wonderful morning, a wonderful afternoon, or a wonderful evening. Please comment down below on what kind of pulls you got from your pre-release and release packs. And let me know if I was wrong about that ruling. Alright, everybody. Take care.